Hello, welcome to the 3inMidfield podcast, the podcast where three friends who had a dream to be professional footballers dashed away as children when they all discovered food have their say on the Premier League. We are back, ladies, gentlemen, theys and thems. We are live on StreamYard, on YouTube, on Periscope, on Twitter. We're live. Come join us if you can, or watch us after. Doesn't matter. Smash the like button and subscribe to the channel, please. But with that out of the way, let's introduce the guests. Not the guest, sorry. The other Cahill is here, one of the hosts, co-host. The ever-present Coach Kojo. How you doing, sir?
Varane.
Cheers, boys!
Yeah! Come on.
Oh my God! All right. Well, fair enough then. Fair enough.
That's how I'm doing.
That's how you're doing. Usman, how are you doing, sir?
I'm well, man. I'm well. Honestly, you know, Varane cheaper than Ramsdale. What can I say? I mean, one's, you know, what can I say about that?
Good night. So I say, end the podcast right there, yeah?
Drop like.
So that's how the podcast is gonna go then.
No fishy for you today, boy. It's gonna be a good one for me.
Gonna absolutely berate Arsenal. Fair enough, man. I do it weekly sometimes, so it is what it is. But let's get into it. Obviously, the big news today is that Raphael Varane is joining Manchester United. £35 million plus add-ons. Joins for 4 years and I think an 1 year extension if the club chooses so, which I imagine they will. Let's go to you, Usman, because you were the one to break the news. You have all the contacts with all the clubs. So
yeah. Okay,
so let's. You're Mr.
I was tracking his playing, obviously, as you do. And of course, I spoke to his agent personally and his mom and his dad. So yeah, no, look, I knew about this a week ago. So no, but look, honestly, regarding Varane, buzzing. What's the signing? I always know we've signed a good player when our rival fans are talking about it more than we are. Because the amount of times I've seen people tweeting about, Varane's X, Y, and Z, he's past his best since 2019. You can't do without Ramos. I mean, he's won a World Cup without him, but, you know, that is where it is. And look, for me personally, unbelievable signing. You know, we've got Victor Lindelof here. We've got Raphael Varane up here. You can't even see my hand. It's that high above him. But, I mean, that's what it's all about. In terms of, you know, buying players, as long as you're upgrading the players that start week in, week out for you, then you've done good business. And absolute no-brainer. 35 million. I know he only had a year left. Absolute steal of a signing. So, elated. Absolutely elated.
Coach Kojo, your feelings?
I am feeling Varane right now. I am over the moon. But the way is, okay, now I'll be serious. Obviously, I've had my doubts about him, but regardless, the guy's an upgrade. He's a serious upgrade on what we have right now, alongside Maguire. So that would have to be the partnership, and I agree with the partnership. You've got a very good left back. Again, the right backs are feeling a bit up and down in terms of the fans feeling about Wan-Bissaka and maybe a backup, maybe Dalot stays or maybe get another one. But regardless, you're getting a defender who has won 4 Champions Leagues. You're getting a defender that's won a World Cup. He's won La Liga multiple times. In fact, let's just clearly say he's cleared the table. Every competition that he's participated in for Real Madrid, he has won. It's as simple as that. And for France, and Euros as well. I forgot about that. Has he won Euros?
No.
He hasn't.
No. So Euros hopefully pending for him.
I understand your gas, but stop adding on extra time.
Hey, listen. We speak things into existence. You know what I'm saying, fam?
Man's done a 3P Champions League.
If you're gonna do that, I'm gonna say Aubameyang just won African Cup of Nations, innit?
Yeah, come on, never even beaten it.
But but you see, at the end of the day, look, like I said, it's a serious upgrade. It's a big signing. Jerry's in the comments saying send the link, so bro, I will send the link to you as soon as I can. But yeah, man, I'm over the moon. So boy, hopefully more signings to come. I thought we need at least maybe one more in the starting 11 and one more backup. But yeah, man, this is a fantastic start for such a price, brother. We're doing things, man. We're doing very well.
I mean, we got your feelings, but let's get into the nitty gritty, what does Varane bring to this Manchester United side?
That's what you want to say?
Yeah, I can start. Look, first and foremost, right. The thing with Varane is just to quickly get out of the negatives, because I know there's going to be a lot of people saying, "Oh, there's X, Y, and Z." He has had a very couple of shaky years. I must admit that first and foremost, right? I'm not going to sit here and come in with the energy of that he's been world class for the last couple of years as well, because since 2019 he has been a bit iffy. However, what he does bring, he brings a lot of things, to be honest. First and foremost, his pace. His pace is something that he's known for. He's not lightning quick, but for a defender, he gets across the ground quick enough, similar to Bailly to an extent, within the same sort of stratosphere in that sense. But there's a lot of things that I want to think about. But his ability to obviously pass out the back first and foremost, again, minus the Man City game, obviously, before someone says. But in general, he's very composed on the ball. His leadership as well. He's not a vocal leader, but he's a leader in terms of his performances on the pitch. And I think for me personally, he's exactly what we missed in the back line. You've got Harry Maguire there, Luke Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, and let's just say Henderson, for argument's sake. What do they all have in common? None of them have really played at the highest level and won something. And Varane has done that. He's won 4 Champions League. He's won the bloody World Cup as well. Started week in, week out for Real Madrid for 9 years. Granted, alongside one of the best centre-backs to ever play the game. But nevertheless, you guys know how it is for Real Madrid. These men do not keep any slouches around. You've got to have something about you. And Varane has shown time and time again, when it's a crunch moments, this guy has got it in his locker. So for me, he brings a lot of experience first and foremost. Obviously, technical ability is second to none. Leadership as well, in terms of what he offers. I was saying on Jerry's stream, like, Wan-Bissaka on the right, previously he's been looking to his left. He sees Victor Lindelof. He's going to look to his left now, and man is going to see Raphael Varane start next to him. I mean, the absolute upgrade is outrageous. Like, I think people are completely underestimating where we are going from here. Like, it's almost similar to like when we got rid of Phil Jones eventually and got Maguire in. Like, in terms of the level up, it's absolutely astronomical, and I think that people are massively underestimating that. And also, to add, his partnership with Maguire, again, a doubt. A lot of United fans are doubting whether they can complement each other. I mean, I've spoken to Real Madrid fans. I had one on my stream. This guy, every single one of them said that whole notion that they can't complement each other is an absolute myth. If anything, it's going to be brilliant. And Varane's going to be exactly what Maguire has been crying out for, someone who can cover ground quickly and do his job to perfection. So absolutely buzzing, man. Raphael Varane, not in this Ben White thing, not in this Tarkowski chat. Raphael Varane, 4P World Cup winner. Let's go. Come on, boys. Come on.
Jerry joins us to join. I don't know what to call it. I've got a few expletives in my head, but I won't say it on live stream. Just a certain fest. Let's call it that. But anyway, you have the right to be excited. Raphael Varane is a massive signing. What are your thoughts, Jerry, on this signing?
Let's just smell that Champions League winner. Champions League Varane. Hey. Oh, bro. Listen. We've got a seasoned, salted. Oh, bro. Certain man like Usman saying, I'm buying Ben White for 50 M's.
I'm after put hey.
Bro, that is bad. That is absolutely bad. But anyway, forget about Arsenal right now. It's all about Varane. Listen.
Well, if you keep bringing up Arsenal, how are we going to forget about Arsenal?
No, I have to.
Keep focused. Keep on your team in it. Leave mine out of it for now.
Okay.
When we beat you, don't come chatting to me, innit?
I'll be here. Don't worry, because that's never happening. Anyway, Champions League winner. Certain clubs ain't tasted that trophy. He's tasted it 4 times.
Certain clubs haven't even played in that trophy. As I said on your team, certain centre-backs never even heard that music live, only through the TV. Not even live,
Sorry, Karen, but they're interrupting me. Let me keep going. World Cup winner, yeah, playing at the biggest club, arguably, for 10 years straight, and now he wants to join.
You didn't play Arsenal.
Oh, Raphael, stop talking about your team. You're not relevant to the conversation.
And now he wants to join the mighty pool of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I'm sorry, I have to say it because
You
people.
gonna say that, you know?
No, because they don't want to say it, but it's facts. Like we have to give Ole his flowers. As much as we criticize him when he does something good, we have to give it to him because when he signs Dan James, we're all cussing him and whatnot. So for him to pull off Sancho, Varane in the space of a week, is looking bright, man. And obviously, 21 is coming. I'm saying it right now, live on air, 3inMidfield podcast. We're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. Look at that back four. Look at that back four. Obviously, AWP.
I'm making sure I write it down. Which minute?
Please do.
Yeah,
You really been caught.
Thank you, Lambs.
Bare
Thank you.
4K.
Thank you, Lambs.
4K.
Lambs, do me a favor. Just fucking clip that for me, please.
we're winning the league. 21 is coming.
Was it
Listen.
11th minute? What's the show called?
Yep.
Yeah.
Look at that back four. Who's getting past that back four? Who?
What's the date, Jerry? I don't know the date.
The 26.
Who's getting past it? All right.
Who's getting past Wan-Bissaka? I know I have my reservations of him going forward, but coming the other way, you ain't getting past him. Luke, Roberto Carlos. We've seen it for United, but you've all seen, the whole world has seen. The whole world has seen Luke Shaw, best left back in the league. Thank you very much. How about Kieran Tierney?
What? Sorry? What'd you say?
Best left back in the league. Centre backs, Maguire.
Maybe catch COVID with that comment for a second.
They've seen Maguire again. Even us United fans, we've been cussing him, but he's proved once again the Euros team of the tournament, Premier League team of the season. In the World Cup, he was in the team of the tournament. Like, come on, man. And then the goalkeeper, the less said about that, the better. I don't know who's going to be in goal.
Henderson's in goal.
Listen, that back four is the foundation, yeah. That is the foundation. So 3 of the back four have been brought in by Ole. Credit to him, because that's the solid base. Now the midfield, obviously with Pogba. Listen, my statement lies on Pogba's stage.
It's too late.
You can't come with chest and then retract.
It's too late.
As it stands, yes, we're winning the league. But
my guy said asterisk, you know, after all that big statement, asterisk.
Man said with chest and then gone back like 2 minutes later. I've written it down there. It's getting clear.
I write it down. So when we win, you better get it tattooed on your wrist. Anyway, listen, Varane, the less said the better. Like I said, we're not getting Ben White. I'm sorry to bring it up again, but Ben White, Varane, like, let's be real.
Wow.
Let's be real. Like, come on, man. Come on. Obviously, Liverpool, who they got? Konate, good player. Got glass ankles, but good player. Ruben Diaz, he stunk up the Euros. Obviously, Varane didn't do too much, but
he just won the league and got a semi-final with the Champions.
Okay, you're only as good as your last game.
That makes sense.
No, that means you owe Martial an apology because his last game was Man of Match v City.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
What will it mean?
Let's go. No. You're not doing that. You're not doing that.
I'm seeing a lot of slander in the chat. Can we just address some of the comments?
Bring it. Yes, rivals cry. Let the rivals cry.
Yeah, as Lam said, she did say, well, let's talk about your goalkeeper. So let's talk about your goalkeeper. This might as well just be a Manchester United podcast. F that other team.
Nah, I want to talk about Arsenal as well.
Oh, sorry, what was on the agenda? I didn't even know. What was on the agenda?
It was Man United.
Bryan Gil joined Tottenham, but the Tottenham fans couldn't make it. So
I want to talk about Arsenal as well, man.
Don't worry, we can keep bringing them up. Just to remind you guys of who's finishing the top 4 this year. But
we'll say that for next week. Yeah, don't worry. We'll come back to that. What minute is that in?
But obviously, let's talk about your back 4. As Jerry said, there is a very, very good, if not great, back 4. Luke Shaw's resurging. Is showing form of when he before the leg break. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is easily the best one-on-one defender in the Premier League. Harry Maguire had a good season last year. I wouldn't say great, but he had a good season, good by his standards. And obviously, you add Raphael Varane. But the question remains: who do you Trippier? Oh, damn, that might be
apparently. That's what Estelle was saying, and Estelle is pretty good with this. I'm not going to even lie to you. Estelle is pretty good with this.
Go check. If Trippier signed as well, I'm taking my top off. I'm doing a tire recreation.
Okay. So there's a hypothetical, Kieran Trippier as well. But who do you put behind in the sticks?
I think you have to go Henderson, man. Just because I think last season he did try. If you're gonna make him your number one, you can't keep going back and forth. You have to make a decision. Last year they made their choice. Henderson signed most of the games, bar the final, which was a bit of a baffling situation to me. But at the end of the day, he did start most of the games. I think he's gonna choose him as his number one. He's a younger guy, longer future. They would hope at United. De Gea is probably not even gonna sign another contract past this contract anyway. So I would say they start the season with him and just stick with who you think will be a number one. You know what I mean? At that point, yeah.
Here's my response to that. Obviously, there we go. There you go. That's your little mention of that other team in North London. Don't worry about it. Well done. You got rid of your deadwood.
Yeah,
obviously.
against you, but you lost.
That goal was rude. That goal was rude. Through Partey's leg. Oh.
That's what that was a final score, so it doesn't really matter.
It's true.
They finished
But anyway, to my point, De Gea has an experience of being in the Manchester United goal, and he has an experience of, let's say, maintaining his composure, maintaining his what's the word I'm looking for?
Composure, right?
Composure is concentration. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. The concentration as well.
You think
Dean Henderson.
That doesn't make sense.
That's the weakness.
Exactly.
His concentration?
Yeah. He's too lackluster for me.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far, what Jerry said, but
Nah, bruv. He's too flimsy, man.
Is definitely his concentration, honestly.
He needs 1,000 shots so he can be doing his madness. If not, then
when he's on a madness thing, but like who did he be playing against? Was it
that team. That team in North London a couple years ago.
Yeah, obviously when Sanchez was on a mad team that game. But against Roma this season, or the season just gone in the Champions League second game, when they were absolutely bullying us in that second leg, De Gea was at his pinnacle because everybody was peppering him. But when he gets that one-off shot, like he's rattled.
I would say that's recent though. I say that's the last 2 years. I think the previous years before that, obviously. He was probably the best goalkeeper in England, to be honest with you, and it was down to his concentration. It was also down to his shot stopping as well. But if you can somehow recreate that form in him, doesn't that then give him the platform to take his number one spot back?
It's been too long, bro. It's been too long, man. 2 years is a long time. I know we say recently, but 2 years, that's... Bro, we've been shocking for 2 years. I'm sorry. It's time for the younger keeper to have this chance because maybe if it was one season, but it's been more than one season. So for me, Dean Henderson, it's his time to shine, man.
Can't lie, though.
Has he done enough for you guys to convince you that he should be doing?
Nah, he hasn't. He hasn't.
Definitely hasn't.
Can't lie, though. De Gea last year was actually pretty. He was good last season.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he missed the penalty, but we shouldn't have got to that point. We should have got to that point.
That is being mentioned that you don't expect your goalkeeper to score a pen. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is, isn't it? But in terms of what you're asking here, like for me, I think Henderson, his issue is his ability to command the box. That is a major factor. However, in saying that, Raphael Varane and Maguire are both very good in the air. Like Lindelof was very.
Wait, did you say Henderson or De Gea?
No, so basically the point I'm making is, De Gea's weakness is his inability to command the box. But that was also like highlighted or in the spotlight more because Lindelof got bullied regularly in the air. Like, do you know what I mean? Man would get bullied on a regular basis. However, Varane, okay, he can get bullied here and there, but he's very good in the air, Varane. Varane's quite dominant in the air. Of course, Maguire is very dominant in the air. So I don't think De Gea will have to deal with those issues as much this season when Varane is playing alongside Maguire. So, based on the back of that, it would kind of make sense for De Gea to play. But if you're looking for the future, then of course it's Henderson. It just depends on how he's looking at it. But me personally, I just don't see the point of why we've kept De Gea if he's not going to play. Like, 350 grand a week to sit on the bench is outrageous for me. Like,
no, we have to keep some level. Even if he was to leave, I'd want us to get some level of quality goalkeeper because Tom Heaton is a
if he leaves, it doesn't look good.
Yeah, it can look good or bad. Regardless, I feel like in order to compete, you need quality. Like for example, of course, we could depend on like a Schmeichel or a what's the other guy's name? Van der Sar to be fit all the time. So they were never an issue. Whereas we've got two goalkeepers right now where one's in the form of his life and he's regressed, and you got the other one where people are very unsure about him. People do not know whether they can really believe in him to be the next number one for Man United Football Club. So for me, like, I just feel like it's super important at this moment in time that if De Gea was to go, it doesn't have to be, well, I would love it was an Oblak, but it doesn't have to be an Oblak. Maybe just someone of a good level where you're like, all right, cool. If Henderson is not on his toes, this guy's on his neck. So like how we were so confident when Romero started games. When Romero started games, we weren't worried. We liked Romero. We had confidence in him to be a good goalkeeper, and he did his thing. So I would hope that, we do still love De Gea, but if he was to go, Henderson needs serious competition. You don't want him to be another Joe Hart, get overconfident, and then when a real G steps into the room, he's kicked out he's kicked out to the curb. You don't want that situation again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I was about to say, I definitely hear that. I think for me, one thing I've said about Henderson's inconsistency is that I just don't think he was ready last season. I don't think he was ready to fully take the reins and be the number one. I think it was a bit too early for him, although I respected him for obviously showing the calmness to actually go and try and get that number one spot. I just think he's got too many mistakes in him at the moment, which is similar to how De Gea was when he first came through. But with Henderson, he's showing a lot of promise. I like the fact that he's commanding his box. Shot stopping wise, at the most part, he's decent. He's a pretty good level. But in terms of the issue is, Henderson's strength is De Gea's weakness. Henderson's somewhat weakness is De Gea's strength. Like they don't really like De Gea's strength is his shot stopping, and his weakness is his commanding of the box. Henderson's strength is his commanding of the box, and I wouldn't say his weakness is shot stopping, but it's definitely nowhere near as good as De Gea's. So it's kind of like we need a blend of both. So Tom Heaton, it's your time to shine, mate. Come collect that number one spot, my guy.
Tom Heaton. All right, then we've talked about the back four. I'm pretty sure you guys can go on about Varane for ages, but we need to move forward. We'll save the best to last, so we'll save the midfield to last. Let's go to the top because that's an interesting conversation in midfield. Let's go to the tippy top of Manchester United's line. Obviously, you got a board.
Oh yeah, we
hold it closer.
Options. I mean, I put Fred and McTominay by themselves because I know what's going to happen anyway. Until we get
Are you playing Pogba on the right, on the left?
On the left because you know what Ole did last season with Pogba, and what I'm doing basically right now is just putting players where they were majority of last season.
Right.
Because I put Pogba somewhere here, but that's not the situation right now, is it? So obviously you've got Henderson and thing in goal. You got Lindelof and Varane. So Varane obviously would be next to Harry Maguire. He's undisputed captain. Wan-Bissaka on the other side. You got Luke Shaw. Rashford on the left side. Obviously, Pogba has played a lot on the left side for Man United last season. Anthony Martial can be there or as another striker, of course, next year with Cavani and Green.
No, he can't.
No, I mean, for me, no. But for other people, you can't be impartial. You know what I'm saying?
I don't already have clipped that as well. What's that? I'll be back. I'll be back. Don't worry.
Clip it and show how right I was at the beginning of.
Oh yeah, don't worry.
Bruno Fernandes obviously would be in the number 10 role, undisputed, and Sancho, Greenwood on the right, and he played Rashford there once or twice last season, so I put Rashford there as another option. Now, I've stuck to the 4-2-3-1 because until he signs a potential holding defensive sort of anchor man type midfielder, I don't think he's going to play a 4-3-3.
He is, bro. He said it.
He said many things before about formation.
Yeah, I know.
Arteta said we'd win the Champions League in 3 years. What are you talking about? Who cares what they say?
I mean, you said it. Okay, I didn't say it that time.
I need to go off camera for a bit.
But that's what I really enjoyed, wasn't it? Because he said that he got promised he'll win the Champions League in 3 years.
Exactly. But anyway, back to United.
Listen,
where's the board? Where's the Etch a Sketch, coach?
Hold on.
Listen, the DM is coming. From time he said that we're not finished, you know. we're just entering August. Like the DM is coming. I'm telling you, don't worry. I don't know who it is, but someone's coming. 100%. I'm sure.
Listen, I don't know who it is, but
I don't know who it is.
But who would you want? Like not dream, but a potential, like a realistic option. I mean, it's going to sound stupid considering that you've just got Varane and Sancho. But who is the realistic option for that number 6 role that you would want to get?
Realistic. I don't know. Like obviously the names spouted about Rice, Camavinga.
Camavinga
Not really a 6 though, is he?
Yeah, I know, but
Defo can't play there.
But why not?
He can't, man. He can't.
No, but you don't know that, bro.
He's a box to box. He's box to box.
He's not a 6, man. Kojo, come on, tell him.
What about Camavinga?
Yeah.
I mean, no, he has played that role a couple of times, that position in the role a couple of times in his career, but he's still a young guy. He does prefer going box to box and sort of like dictating the pace a little bit. But if he's shown a bit of discipline in his game, which is good. So he's someone that if you wanted to play that formation, you could put him in that position. But I would prefer him. I can't even say this because I'm going to sound like Solskjaer in a 2. It's a bit mad. But yeah, I would either that or 4-3-3. He'll still fit the 4-3-3. Jerry's not wrong. If you wanted to play that position, he will know how to play that position well. But that's not his natural positional role that he plays.
You know the 4-2-3 one, yeah.
Hold on a second, Jerry.
Yeah.
Are you ascending to heaven, Kojo?
It just
The echo is well, you know.
that was,
Oh my god.
Back down to earth.
that was bad.
Anyway, back to you, Jerry.
Yeah, you see the 4-2-3 one. What is the negative connotations to it? Because I know why can't it be Pogba and Camavinga? Is that so bad? Because
That's
for me,
not gonna work, bro.
no, but why not?
Because Pogba's ability defensively, his defensive discipline, should I say, a better word to describe it, isn't.
No, but that's why he plays though. Like for France, I know people say because he's with Kante.
He's alongside Kante. You're comparing Kante to Camavinga. I mean, it's night and day, isn't it? Kante, obviously, he's not a DM by trade, but Kante knows that role inside out, and he's that true man. Like Camavinga is a
Can he
young
learn
man
that?
still in it.
Yeah,
I mean, he can. Don't get me wrong. But I just don't think Camavinga and Pogba alongside each other will work, basically, at the moment. Like, give him a couple of years. I think Camavinga a couple of years, but obviously then Pogba needs to move on by then, don't he? So, I just don't think Camavinga's the guy. I'd rather see Fred play there over Camavinga, personally. In that sort of destroy role.
Realistic
Fred.
options.
No, I'll say
Fred.
it again, yeah. I'm being serious. I'm
As in Federico.
I didn't start it, did I? I'd rather see Fred Pogba and Bruno Fernandes. That I know everyone's gonna be like, oh Fred, but I'd rather see Fred Pogba and Bruno Fernandes than. I just don't think Camavinga can play that role personally.
Well, you think Fred can?
No, I'm not saying he can, but I'm saying like what we've got available, Fred is the best at winning the ball back, breaking or playing that kind of thing. Do I want Fred to be that guy? No, I want Ndidi. That's my guy since day one.
It's not even that. I want someone that can play football. That's it. Like I know you can cover the yards and bro, when we get the ball and they play it to the midfield, I want to be safe and calm to know that this player can start an attack or can spray or can keep the ball. Fred, do you remember last year? It was like, bro.
Yeah, I do.
He's terrible. He's terrible. He's terrible.
Fred's not my number one. Don't get me wrong, but what I'm saying is,
Osman. Sorry, but this is a quite interesting comment right here. His debut against PSG when he was at 6, he was 16 years old.
That's true. That's true.
Damn, I didn't even know that.
I mean, I know he's played there. Look, I've spoken to people that watch Camavinga. Like my boy he watches every league religiously, right? And he said to me consistently, Camavinga can play in the 6, but he's preferred as an 8. Can he mold himself to be a 6? Absolutely, of course he can. He's still young. However, I'm not going to sit here and say, let's sign Camavinga as our main CDM or second bot. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the guy that I would affiliate with that role.
So
he might be able to do it. He might be able to do it. I'm not saying that, but I just feel like he's too young. We're relying too much on a young lad to come in and do such an integral part of the team, because that role, as we know, is been killing us for God knows how many years now. We really need someone to come in that's a specialist in that position. And Camavinga, for me, although he can probably play there, isn't a specialist, which is the point what I was trying to make.
I hear that.
Ruben Neves.
I mean, I've heard Ruben Neves a lot, but I feel like
He's too slow.
I mean, he plays alongside Jerry Martino, who's one of the best about, man. He doesn't get the recognition that he deserves, Jerry Martino. He does a lot of work.
They're playing a back three, though, so he's got protection. That's why.
Yeah, exactly that as well.
I don't want it.
For me, it's not really the formation and the slowness. Like, I've seen people try and draw graphs about what he presents and what. But brother, the guy is not good defensively. That's the be on end of for me. We like players too much that he can ping passes all day long. He can hit free kicks. He can probably assist from DPA. He's got that quality on the ball. But again, I'm sounding a lot like Jose Mourinho here, but I'm gonna say, off the ball, he is not competent enough for me to now be a holding midfielder for Man United. If Man United switched to a 4-3-3, even in a 4-2-3-1, if you gave him the defensive responsibility, I wouldn't trust him in that role either. So no, not for me. Hell no.
I mean, I'm not saying this, guy. I'm just going to mention it for the third member of the 3inMidfield podcast in the comments. I'm just going to say Ibrahim Sangar. You guys don't know about him because you're not cultured enough like me, but it is what it is. Who else is there? Who else is there? You said Rice. You said
Hey, Calvin Phillips. I know it's not realistic, but I've always liked Calvin Phillips. So for me, if we can get him, I'd take
Ndidi or Basuma person. That's just my like people that might be realistic. Like I think Basuma is very realistic. Obviously, being at Brighton, is he really a specialist?
Basuma,
Basuma probably not a specialist as well. He might not fall into that category either. But I've seen a lot more of him playing a similar role than I have of Camavinga. Camavinga kind of plays in both roles. But yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to Basuma. You don't always need to get the sort of the name, so to speak. He'd come in and do a job, probably better than Fred, because he can actually pass the ball, so that was always a positive.
I said we'll save the best till last, so we'll move on just up until we get to those two centre mid options, or maybe the left mid option. There we go. Let's go up front. Obviously, Cavani's signed an extended 1-year deal. Green was also there. You got Sancho now. Rashford, I think he's injured, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's out for like 2 months. It should be 6 weeks. He should get surgery, but it is what it is.
He's getting surgery. The club told him to delay it a little bit, but he's getting the surgery.
Oh my god, this club is killing it.
Only 2 months. Well, I don't know about that one.
I doubt it'll be 2 months, but
probably November time he'll be back in the
Okay. So Rashford's there for you, Usman. Martial's there. So it's looking very promising going forward, and it always has, to be honest with you.
You forgot Dan James.
I did forget Dan James. I do apologize.
There's a reason for that, but it is what it is.
There's a reason for me forgetting Dan James, but I have to mention Martial. Come on now, man.
I mean, look, I'm gonna sit here and go on record and tell you Martial's gonna have a bad race. Yeah, I know he is.
He better.
Nah. I know, right? I've seen a lot of Jadon Sancho. I know a lot of people watch clips and all this. I watched Dortmund a lot, okay? Man settled 40% of Haaland's goals, yeah? Before that, 50% of goals left hand center for Royce. Man, these guys are devastated that he's leaving. Look, Sancho is the missing piece. We've not had a creative winger for God knows how many years. And Martial is crying out for someone to play in the pockets, play the ball off them. And the link-up's going to be beautiful. I mean,
he's playing left. He's playing left wing, no?
Who?
Martial.
Yeah, so it won't be as fluid.
I mean, potentially.
Hold on, sorry. Big Ron, stop lying. That's not the case. That's not even close to the case. So stop it. Back to your point. Not even close. Not even close to the case.
I mean, Pep is good when he was already relegated to top 10, whatever position you got finished. Man scored and you got kicked out Europa League and then all of us out scoring sort of thing. But that aside, like, look, Martial's had a shocker last season. I can't even deny that. However, what he's going to bring to this team alongside players like Sancho, and if Lingard stays as well, I'm not saying he will, but Martial's biggest thing is like his positive, his strength, so to speak. Watch the Man City game back if you wish. It's his link up. He needs players. That's the only game I can mention. He needs players next to him. He needs players to pop the ball up and play within close proximity. Marcus Rashford wasn't doing that last season. The season before, man was saying, "Oh look, we've got Andy Connor and Dwight York back." Like, I mean, have people forgotten? Like, everyone was talking about how many assists Rashford got from Martial and vice versa.
Can I ask you something?
Go on. Well.
Is that Oli or is that them two?
I mean, it might be a mixture of both, isn't it?
Now, why you laughing? It's an honest answer because it's the same.
I mean, it could be a mixture of both, isn't it? Like,
that's all I've been saying for mixture of both. I've been saying this for time.
Pause. I think like 16 goals, 11 assists last season, and he also won the FA Cup the season before that. So that's big one.
What are we talking about? Pepe. Pepe got 16 goals last season.
He actually did.
All cups.
He actually did.
Fair play.
He actually did, you know.
How many of those goals were like when they completely didn't matter at all? But you know, it will go on to.
Well, that comes down to the fact that Arteta didn't want to play him. That's not down to.
No, what? It's actually funny here, Kale. And I'm sure Kojan now will know that I've said this. I said I would have taken Pepe in January before man was starting bagging, and I got battered by everyone saying, "Oh, what kind of nonsense is that, bro?" Pepe's always been a good player. Like he absolutely tore it apart for Lille, but he's never had the chance hence why Arteta out. But it is what it is.
No. Let's not lie. He was rubbish.
No.
Nah, he was.
He was rubbish, but Arteta wasn't helping him, man.
Yeah, I know, but when he had his chances.
No, you didn't. Man was scoring 2 goals in the Europa League.
Man got sent off.
Wow,
nah.
Player can't get sent off.
Nah. They'll blame Arteta for him getting sent off.
Man was scoring 2 goals in the Europa League and didn't play for 7 weeks.
Well, why are you headbutting someone and you're blaming the manager? That's your fault, bro. Why are you headbutting
man? Because Arteta pissed him off in the tunnel. That's why.
Exactly. Arteta called him wanky, so he thought, "Fuck it, I'm gonna sit down." It is what it is. It's always Arteta's fault. But yeah, regarding the Martial thing, man, I'm expecting him to be linking up with the boys. I mean, he's more than just a goals and assists, man. He's an actual striker that can link players together. So it's gonna be a field day. I'm just waiting for it.
Like, you're hoping. Let's not expect to.
I'm not hoping. I honestly believe I was saying it with Des.
Okay.
I'm telling you, Marcel Sancho link up's gonna be.
I'm hoping.
Beautiful.
I can't lie. I'm hoping.
Well, you know, I've said it. I said I hope he bangs because if he bangs, Man United bang. But listen, if he doesn't bang, yeah. If he doesn't bang,
it's curtains.
Listen, I'm gonna die on this hill, basically. I'm gonna die on this hill. I'm gonna keep going until it's the end of the season. And if he's had a shocking season, then obviously I'm gonna have to,
Alright, no, it's cool because you, Ty, and a couple others, when he came back from injury every now and then, it was, "Hey, Marshall coming back, no watch," and then.
That's true.
Then what? He scored about 7 goals.
Hey, man. Sometimes you just gotta have faith, and I respect.
McTominay was 3 away from your striker. Remember this.
Your striker, McTominay, right? I'm always defending McTominay as well, so I'm happy with McTominay getting.
I didn't say anything bad about McTominay. I said he was 3 goals away from your striker.
Listen, my striker's going to deliver this season. Just wait for it. I'll be back.
I hope he does.
He will. Don't worry. We're going to be playing ties with the music with the Martial song all season.
There we go.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your upfront options. Obviously, Cavani's there, but is there any hope? Because I think Green was probably the best finisher second best behind. Actually, no, take it back. I think he's the best finisher at Man United, Greenwood. Is there any hope for him starting up front? I imagine that's where he wants to play.
Who's taking that one? I mean, I personally think that there might be a case that, especially until Rashford comes back, I think Martial's going to be left wing for quite a lot at the start of the season, to be honest. Because it makes sense in my head to put Cavani and Greenwood head to head up top, because we know Cavani can't play 2 games a week. I think he's going to alternate between the two of them. For me, that would make sense. The other option would be obviously Sancho on the left wing, Greenwood on the right wing, and then obviously Cavani up top. But I personally think Martial's going to be left wing, and Cavani and Greenwood are going to share that role this season. And obviously, Greenwood's basically the future, isn't it, in terms of his finishing. The guy's clinical, man. When he's on song, bro, he's unplayable at times.
For me, yeah, I actually can't wait to see him up front because I think you said it. I think he's the best finisher at the club. Like, if there's a shot on, I want it to fall to Green because his striking of the ball is just on point. So, yeah, I'm excited for him because I know this is a big season for him.
Caleb, you seen this comment?
Oh yeah, hold on.
I'm gonna read this out loud for the people that listen on Spotify. Pepe from Big Run, by the way. Pepe had 10 goals last season, 6 in the Europa League. Cahill massaging more figures than the Tory accountant.
Hold on, man. Look at this.
I can't really see it, bro.
Nicolas Pepe, 2020 to 2021 goals. UEFA Europa League goals, 6. Premier League goals, 10. What does that add up to?
Big Run. He's on you. He's on you.
How many of those goals, just throwing it out there, I'm a Pepe fan, but how many of those goals came when Arsenal were literally like couldn't even get
This
top
guy,
six?
man, the goals are the goals.
Nah, because
If he didn't score, of course he's fishing. Stop it,
They're
bro.
not though. Like the reason I'm saying it is right, and again, I'm a fan of Pepe, so don't take this wrong way. But the goals in the last 5 games of the season kind of avoid if you've got nothing to play for and the team you're playing against is on
I
the
understand that. But
He scored like
I understand that. But
5 goals.
here comes context. Here comes context to bite you in the backside. Arteta did not play him for like the first half of the season. So if he gets a lot of those goals when it's the second half of the season and the season's pretty much done for Arsenal, that's not his fault. He was playing Willian ahead of him. And we all saying, why doesn't he start Pepe? So and now Pepe's got 10 goals in the Premier League, 6 goals in the Europa League.
I mean, the stats are pretty sick, don't get me wrong. But what
And that's not, I know, obviously stats are there.
No,
But he was also playing. You got me riled up. You got me riled up again, Usman. Stop talking.
No, but the stats are good, right? Okay, but let me just give you a scenario and let me just give you a hypothetical, right? And I'm not saying Pepe falls under this, but I know specifically, right, because I am one of the people that push Pepe agenda. So I know specifically, not in a positive way, but I know specifically he's scored a lot of his goals in the last 5 games of the season. In terms of, he must have scored about 5 of his goals there. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but it's like me coming on as a striker. Let's say I'm a striker for London or Man City, whatever. And I come on, Man City are winning every game 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. I get substituted on in the 85th minute and score to make it 4-0 every game. And I've got 5 in 5 games. You've got to put context in it as well. And again, you're just looking at the numbers, which is fine, because obviously everyone does that. But with context, a lot of the goals he scored, there was no value in those games. They were dead rubber games, basically. Like, when you needed him to score, he didn't score. But
when we needed him to play, Willian was playing. You can't blame him.
I mean, that's what a different
starting.
conversation. I mean, I'm not blaming him, but what I'm saying is, earlier in the season when he did play and you needed him to deliver, he didn't.
In the Europa League, and he did deliver.
I mean, the Europa League, yeah, he did. He scored those 2 free kicks, whatnot. Yeah, fair play in it. But overall, when he started those games early in the season, when there was actual pressure on the games, he didn't do shit. When there was no pressure in the games in the last 5 games of the season, literally, what were you fighting for? 8th spot, like genuine banter aside. There was no pressure on Arsenal. You were complete dead rubber games. The teams you were playing against, not all of them, but some of them, had absolutely nothing to play for. They're all on the beach, and he's bagging 2 goals against Brighton, who were literally at the pier the night before. Like, I mean, they obviously it's literally stat padding at the end of the season, but fair play to the guy. You know, he's got good stats. Hopefully, he carries it through for you guys next season.
I generally think he will. And to go back to context before, the season where he won the FA Cup, he was arguably Arsenal's best player or second best player. The link up between him and Aubameyang during that season was amazing. Then he comes into the second season, Willian gets the starts over him. He can't do anything like that. If he's coming on the bench, he's coming off the bench with 15 minutes to go, 10 minutes to go, 5 minutes to go. He can't really impact. He can, but you can't.
Are you saying Arteta? Are you saying Arteta out there? Basically, blaming Arteta.
Oh no, I've never said Arteta out. What are we talking about, Usman? But anyway,
you're basically saying the manager ain't got a clue what he's doing.
But anyway, let's go back to United. We talk about Greenwood until Usman and Big Ron decided to trigger me, and then they started another. How long was that? 15 minutes, 20, 10-minute rant. It's always rants with Arsenal. I'm never happy. I'm never calm. But anyway,
relax when you get Ramsdale, man. You saw Martinez.
Yeah,
talking about my like my head, I was thinking, fuck's that. We should put Ramsdale, man. Fuck's sake. Like, we should have sold De Gea and bought Ramsdale. Like, do you know what I mean?
And to your point, Abdi, Bell had a better season than you. But back to Greenwood. Back to Greenwood.
Whew.
What was the question?
Is he
up front?
Yeah, up front.
Yeah.
That's it. I think the season might be a bit of a defining one for him. He's still a young guy, so I know me saying that sounds a bit over the top, but the point is, you've got 1 more year of Cavani, learn the movement, have the education from him. I agree. I do think he's the best finisher at the club. So not to say that he can't learn more finishing, because he'll add more to his repertoire as he gets older throughout the game anyway, but learn the movement, learn the IQ side of it a bit more because he's a smart player already, but add more to your intelligence levels. And then also, it's another big statement for him where, like we said, Martial last season didn't have the best of seasons. So now you can look at it and say, well, he didn't give you this many goals last season, and this guy's leaving in a year. Why don't you give me the opportunity to shine as a striker where I naturally grew, where I naturally played as a youngster when I came through the under-23s? Give me the chance there. Give me a couple of games there. And if I give you goals back in rewards for playing me there, you reward me in kind by giving me my position and letting me stay there. Then you can have Rashford, Martial, Dan James, Amad Diallo all fight out for the left side.
Oh yeah, Diallo. I forgot about Diallo as well.
Yeah, exactly. Then you got Sancho on the right. Greenwood can obviously play there in time as well. So it's really good. I think with Greenwood, you got so many options and ways to use him. But for me, the guy is a striker. He was born a striker. You can see that in his finishing, as clear as day, that he's a natural born striker. And that's why he got the nickname Mason Van Persie, for example, because there was so much hype about the similarity to his striking. I know.
He's the man that legend killed.
He's our legend.
His leg bends a certain way when he shoots.
He's out. We know about our legends killed. Don't stress about it.
Oh wow, he's our legend. It's
our legend.
Wow. But yeah, no. Yeah, I think it's a big season for him, and he's still a young kid. The fact that two guys are still in front of him will take the pressure off him. Sancho on the right will take the pressure off him, and I think the pressure being off him will allow him to enjoy his football that bit much more, and hopefully we get another good goal return from him next season.
Jerry?
Did I not? Yeah, I said yeah, Mason.
That I'm assuming it's gorgeous.
Yeah, we good?
Never plug in that microphone again.
That's only for when he's in heaven, that one. What a gorgeous wishes from when everyone those 3 wishes from the genie in the lamp, gorgeous like, please no echo for one show.
Yeah, Mason up top. Yeah, I think I said already. Yeah, I can't wait for him to, because obviously last year was it the Leicester game? I think that was his first game up top, and
yeah, you said something on the lines that you need to watch Martial in training a lot more.
I definitely didn't say that. I definitely didn't say that. If anything, it should be the other way because that's a striker right there. That's a number 9. Anyway, Mason, is he 19, 20 now? Yeah, man. Yeah. I think this is the year where he could hit 20 goals. I think. Like I know it's a high target, but last year he got. I can't remember what he got, but his first
season before he got like 18 or something.
Yeah, so
season before he got.
And if not for the injury, I think he would have went Euros. To be honest, I really think he would have been in the squad.
I mean, I'm happy he didn't. To be honest.
Yeah, imagine he missed a penny. They'll be like, "Oh, all United lads."
Yeah.
Anyway, the smoke's coming this season, man. Sancho, Rashford, beware. Anyway,
Lingard, Jennings. Listen, honestly, God, I've already said on Jerry's stream, I think Lingard should start the season. I'm not gonna lie. I would start.
No, because right now, because
Rashford's not fitting it. But let me explain. I'm gonna say this with my chest because when he starts bagging goals, no one said it, When he starts, Lingard's gonna score. Lingard's gonna score every game, first 3 games. I'm telling you now, if he starts. The reason being, this guy's on fine form. He's had a great preseason, scoring against QPR, the mighty QPR. And listen, he's coming into the season with confidence. I know, we know what Lingard's like, but the guy loves a purple patch. He'll score a couple of goals. He'll link up with Sancho, Martial. Rashford's not gonna be there. Lingard will come into the fray, bro. It's Lingard's season, man. 10 goals for him this season.
I think as a backup for Bruno Fernandes,
top quality.
It's not that bad. He had a good season at West Ham. You can't deny that. He had a very good season at West Ham.
I'm playing the right wing, me.
I wouldn't go that far.
No. Basically, I would start. I don't know what is the one he started first game of the season.
Maybe.
I don't think he will.
It's God coming to Earth. What's going on?
I know. Cole just. I don't know what's I don't know what that. It's gone now as well.
It's stopped.
It's gone now. But I think Lingard right wing, Sancho left wing, and then probably Marcelo and Greenwood up top for the first couple of games. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying throughout the entirety of the season, but I'm saying the first 3 games or whatever it is. until Cavani finds his feet again, etc. Then he's back in the conversation. But I think Lingard's gonna have a decent season. To be fair, he's gonna be pushing people. Whether it's at Man United or West Ham, we'll have to wait and see. But I think he's definitely got something to offer, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the midfield now. We talked about the hypotheticals with the number 6 potential, Camavinga, Declan Rice, even Calvin Phillips. But there's a certain player in that midfield where if in my humble opinion, if he was to say exit, all this talk, this hype, this 21 in whatever, it'll be 21 and 22 now. It all goes. And that's obviously Paul Liverpool Pogba. What are your guys?
No. Why do you have to say his full name? See, I don't like that.
because when he first came, it was Pogba. Then it was Pogba. Then it was Pogba. Now I'm calling him Paul Liverpool Pogba.
I know, but when he does throw stinkers, they don't say Paul Liverpool. Why not? I don't get that, bro. So his name is Paul Pogba. Let's just stick to that.
His name is Paul Liverpool Pogba, and he potentially might sign for PSG, crumbling this Ole's empire built on nothing but dust.
I disagree.
But
I disagree.
Guys, why do you disagree? Why do you think if Paul goes, then you still have a chance of winning the league?
It could be the making of our team. Like Usman said, obviously, he was on stream with me earlier. When Liverpool saw Coutinho, Coutinho was their best player. Like, he was their talisman. They sold him. And
there's a fly, don't worry.
They sold him, and look what happened after. So for me, if Pogba leaves, it'll be a huge blow. For me, I think it'll be a relief. I know he's a good player, but this whole Pogba leaving, staying, all this is killing me, man. The energy, I can't do anymore. Like, if he wants to leave, just let him go, man. Like, enough's enough. You've been there 5 years. You won a Europa League, Carabao Cup. Yeah, you've delivered, kind of. But yeah, if he leaves, maybe that could, open the door for Donny. For me, even the 4-3-3, if we're going to play that, I think Mata can still have a big role in this team. Quality player. Lingard as well, like Usman said. It depends, though, if we need to get a replacement. If we don't, if he goes and it's still the midfield we have now, then yeah, the crumble.
Bro, if they sell Pogba this window and don't replace him,
it's peak.
I mean, I would be like, yo, I want Verratti, me. If you want me Pogba, we want Verratti, but in return, like, they will probably offer us Draxler and Herrera in return, some shit like that. But honestly, I can see it. They're gonna say,
imagine they get Herrera come back.
Watch Herrera's name and Draxler will be in the convo somewhere. But we want Verratti, she's sorted out. But regarding the whole thing, as Jerry said, similar to the Coutinho thing, like, for me personally, it's head or heart. My heart is saying to me, just keep him, because we might have a chance of really pushing for the title next season. We're on the back of this Varane signing. I genuinely believe it could be that huge for us. Of course, we know we still need a CDM, but we could potentially be on the door, and Pogba could be that guy to be the difference, as he did at the latter stage of the season. That's just gone ahead of us. My head is saying sell him, because first and foremost, the negative press the entirety of the season. Oh, Pogba's running down his contract. Oh, Pogba, every time he plays badly, it's going to be, oh, Pogba don't want to be here. He's not playing for Oli. Anytime he looks upset, Gary Neville's going to be on Monday Night Football slagging him off to the hills. Oh, look at him. He's a prima donna, blah, blah. It's just going to be too much. And we don't want that negative cloud surrounding what Oli is trying to build. Whether you're Oli in or Oli out is irrelevant. Chemistry and squad camaraderie is very important in football, and you can't have players talking in the dressing room saying, "Is Pogba staying?" Coming, like, let's say in January, season's in the balance, and be like, "Oh, is Pogba going? Is Pogba staying?" I mean, I don't want to be talking about that next summer, like, oh, because he's out of contract. He's probably going to go to Juventus. Like, he might run it down and go to Juventus. They love a freebie, and it would make sense for him. So, like, in terms of where we're at, it's a difficult one. But the only way we can sell him is if we guarantee we've got people coming in to cover it. Because there's no way we can go into this season with Van der Beek, McFred, Matic, and Bruno in midfield. That is dog shit, to be honest, if we're losing Pogba. It is, don't it? Because if Van der Beek gets injured, hypothetically speaking, that means we've only got McFred and Bruno, because Matic is not going to be playing a lot of games. And potentially Mata. I mean, that's not good enough to win no title. You might as well kiss that fucking title dream and back to top 4 race. So, yeah, for me personally, if you're selling him, we need to get people in. Camavinga is an absolute no-brainer, but we need some more players, not just Camavinga. But yeah, that's just my best opinion.
For me, whether Pogba stays or not, we still need midfielders in this club. Regardless, I understand if we give him a contract, way budget, all that, can you afford to bring another player in, all that. For me, all day, every day, we need to bring another player in. Me personally, if it was me, I would, if I was manager, I'd be begging Murto, whoever else is running the establishment right now for transfers. I would go and say, look, you said Goretzka's contract is running out next summer. You can give him for cheap right now. Start down 25 million bid offer, see what they say. If they want 30, try and do installments, add-ons, whatever it takes, bring him in and then look for one more midfielder. Because the thing is for me is, I said in the past that we need like maybe 7, 8, 9 more additions to the team. I'm looking for depth. So if you can have someone like Goretzka come in and then add another player to that, then you can have McTominay, because McTominay and Fred not going anywhere. And that's fine. They can be squad players. They're good enough to be squad players.
Yeah.
Let them be part of a rotational team there. You don't have to have Goretzka, if he was at the club, for example, play a League Cup game. You can bring Fred or McTominay into that game. And then also, if you don't want to play Pogba in a deeper position, then you're going to have him. You can have Bruno as number 10 options. You can have Pogba as a left wing option, where he did pretty well last season as a left wing option.
Yeah.
If you want to keep Lingard, it's bodies. Because if the worry is about registration, may now have got players homegrown at United in abundance. If it's worry
Pogba's
about
even
young...
homegrown as well.
Pardon?
Pogba's homegrown as well.
Precisely. So you got your Pogba, you got Brandon Williams, you got Luke Stokes. Even he's not at the club, but in England, Rashford, exactly. Yeah. Sancho is now another homegrown added player to that as well, because he developed at City. You haven't got an issue with homegrown talent, so add players to the squad, and then even your Greenwoods don't have to be so-called registered because they don't have to qualify for that kind of. It's okay. It's okay. Just bring more quality addition to the team, because we in the past talked about. We won the Champions League in 2008 with Tevez, Rooney, and Ronaldo, and the guy brought in Berbatov. And a lot of fans were like, why is he bringing in Berbatov? Quality and abundance. City have all that attacking talent, all this. Players in abundance. But regardless, the reason why they're so successful is because when someone goes missing through injury or whatever, they can throw that person out and say, all right, cool, you're done. Fine. So when Mahrez lost form, he was dropped. As soon as Bernardo Silva lost form, Mahrez came back, and Mahrez was doing his thing in the Champions League last year. Quality and abundance. So add more players to this team, add more depth, and then really compete, because then you have enough rotational option to try and compete on all fours.
Does Bruno have a similar season to the one he had last year, minus the Euros?
We pray.
Yes.
Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. I don't know where this myth is that Bruno's going to drop off a cliff. I mean, I understand that, he's had a shocking Euros. Let's not beat around the bush. But was he the worst Portuguese player? I believe Ruben Diaz scored an own goal, but it didn't get mentioned.
Jota missed countless chances as well.
I mean, Jota missed.
The worst player was William Carvalho. That guy is a stinker. Yeah.
Don't forget Danilo.
Dad had so many dead performances, but only person mentioned was Bruno Fernandes. What a shot! But to answer your question, absolutely not, man. The guy's got too much quality. He's still going to be taking penalties. But look, for me personally, Bruno delivers for Manchester United, and he has for most of the season. Towards the back end of the season, I thought he was burnt out personally. He was probably burnt out of the Euros. He played every single game for us, about 55 games. So there was one game we were like 5-0 up in the League Cup, Europa League, and Ollie still played him. Like in the second leg, like we were literally against Roma, we were 4-0 up going into the second leg, and Ollie still started him. I know. I just think Ollie needs to manage him better. Like as Coach just said, you got players that if Lingard is to stay, you got players like Lingard that can come in and rotate and do a job. Even Van der Beek could potentially play 10. Even Pogba, if you wanted to push him into 10. Ollie needs to use the squad properly. He has to look after the players like Rashford and Bruno. He's really tired them. He's really knackered both of them. And you saw it was quite evident that both their performances dropped off a cliff. And prior to that, they were looking some of the best football I've seen at Man United for a while. So for me personally, we've got to look after Bruno properly. I think he's playing too many minutes. And he needs to also take him off when he's playing shit as well. That's another thing. Because there's so many games. I understand you're going to keep your match winners on the pitch. But look at Mancini, right? In the final of that game, man took off the entire midfield They took off Barella. Barella was on a yellow card, one of the best players of this tournament. Subbed him off 55th minute. Immobile, okay, he didn't have a great tournament. Subbed him off. Insigne, subbed him off. It didn't matter about the player. Man took him off.
Chiesa as well.
Yeah, but didn't Chiesa get injured?
Yeah, got injured. He
Chiesa
got injured.
so that one can't. Chiesa got injured, so I'm not going to call that one. But the point being is, Oli has to make sure he's rotating these players properly. If they're not having a good game, you've got to bring them off. The amount of times he left Bruno on the pitch, when he's dropping a 3 out of 10, he's invisible or whatever it is. Sometimes you just have a bad day in the office. That's normal. It's not every player is not going to be a 9 or 8 out of 10 or whatever it may be. And Bruno Fernandes is he's no difference to that. So I think he needs to make sure he protects them a bit more this season. So yeah, for me personally, he'll be fine. I'm not worried about him at all.
I think the final question to wrap it all up. I mean, Jerry said 21 is coming. Usman, are you talking about title challenges? Koja, I think you're slightly confident at a potential title challenge as well. But the question is, will Ole be the man to deliver it?
Is this to me first? Because it's a really straightforward answer. I don't know, but I'm going to say it. I'll say it first because I know what Jerry's going to say. I don't think he is. That's why I'm not saying we're going to win the title. I mean, I expect us to be in the conversation with the players that we've got at his disposal. But I'm more of the perception that this is going to show to other fans that Oli isn't the guy. And I hope I'm wrong. Obviously, if I'm wrong, it means we won the league. So by all means, I'm more than happy to come on here and say I was completely wrong, X, Y, and Z. I don't have any ego about it. But I just can't see it. I can't see him beating Pep to the league title. I can't even picture that. But stranger things have happened.
Jerry, Mr. Confident, Mr. 21.
Listen.
Hey, Koja, take that comment down, please.
It's a reminder.
I know. Who you reminding? I know.
Why are we not talking about
take it down.
I want to talk about Arteta as well, man.
Our Arsenal preview. Come on. That's when we do that.
Listen, why can't we win the league? Why? Now, why are we scared to say? Because Liverpool are back. Fight Liverpool first and foremost. Yeah. Like, who cares about them now? Oh, Van Dijk, who cares? But you're shit, fam. I don't care, bro. Finish about me. What's it? Man City. Yeah, Oli has slept Pep countless times. Who else is there? Chelsea. Yeah, he won the Champions League. What did he do? Well, there, man. The top four. Everyone.
Wait, you won the Champions League. What did he do?
What did he do? But Di Matteo's won the Champions League. So what? Is
that the angle you're coming from?
Listen, no. What I'm trying to say is, yeah, they won a Champions League.
Your manager to come win the Europa League against Villarreal, by the way.
All right, cool. I'm not talking about Oli right now. I'm talking about the other teams. Di Matteo won the Champions League, and what happened next year? It can happen to Tuchel as well, so I'm not really too scared about Chelsea like that. Liverpool, yeah. Like, we're there. We're part of the top four for me stays the same, and we're all going for the league. I don't know why people are oohing and ahhing. You might. Yeah, we can win it, bruv. Like, I'm saying in my chest, we're gonna win the league.
Final. Go on. Go on. Respond, please.
Yeah,
I said this to Jerry a long time ago in the season, and this is before Chelsea won the Champions League. I said to Jerry, stop sleeping on the opposition. Man has just disregarded Liverpool, right? Listen, I wish you're right, Jerry. Just FYI, to get that in first. I hope you're right because I hate Liverpool more than anyone. But let's cut the bias out for a second. Yeah. They got Van Dijk back, yeah. Okay, we don't know what situation he's going to be. He might be shocking, we don't know. But they've signed a top centre back in Konate as well. Like, he's a top.
He's injury prone. I
know. So what? Anyone can be injury prone.
I don't care.
Whatever, man.
I don't care because we signed Bailly. People cuss Bailly all the time. Yeah. What?
All right, he's injury prone. Okay, whatever, man. They've got Gomez, Matip, whatever.
What else? What else do you have?
Yeah. Anyways, the point is with Liverpool, right? I can't fathom them having a season like they did this season.
Why?
What do you mean? Why?
No, but why?
Because they won the Premier League and the Champions League.
Both of their first choice centre backs have come back from career-ending injuries, and you think they're just going to come back and be the same? No, they're not. Van Dijk ain't gonna be the same player.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, bro.
yeah, but you can't just completely disregard a team like Liverpool with that many
I can.
caliber players, and then automatically assume that Oli, who's never won a league title, can automatically.
I did not say Oli. See, why do we always, as fans, go straight
what
to the
are you talking about? How are you gonna say we're gonna win the league?
I said Liverpool,
manager?
bro.
Who's the manager?
I didn't say the managers' names. When football nowadays is it's just the manager.
So
we just forget about everyone else.
How are we gonna win the title, right?
With our team, we support Man United.
What are you talking about? Well, Bruno
Bro.
doesn't walk around the dressing room and say, "Pogba, you're not playing this week." He doesn't take substitutions. And the reason we're not going to be better than Liverpool is because they've got a manager that's actually fucking clued up on what he's doing. He's been there and done that. Our manager's inept. So, it's not as foregone conclusion to say that, we're going to win the league because we've got better players. We've had better players than them in the past and we've not even come close.
Bro,
Their squad isn't
football
special.
nowadays, yeah.
Theory.
All we talk about is managers.
What are you talking about?
Oh, Oli has to win bro. Man United have to win the league. Not Oli has to win the league. We as a club have to win the league.
In charge of the team?
It doesn't matter, bro. Why are we so focused on the manager?
Right, I'm not.
Focus on the club.
Jerry. Just hold on. Usman. Just to like come in the middle of you two. Would you say that Chelsea under Lampard were anywhere near close to winning the Champions League?
Thank you very much, KL, for...
Sorry, did he not get them qualified out of the group?
Bro, answer the question.
Answer the question why he's asked you, because that's...
He did his job. What did he do wrong in the Champions League?
Man was 8th!
Champions League, he said.
Yeah, he got unqualified, fair enough. But
see, fair enough. You're just throwing it away. But if you got knocked out, you'll be cussing him. Like, allow it, bro. Like, come on.
Bro, I'm cussing him because he got sacked and he finished 8th in the league. Chelsea got top 4 and they won the Champions League under Tuchel.
Champions League, did he not qualify?
Bro, his group was red.
Here's the question. And you're up here.
Mr. Love Island, you lot are just chatting, but look at the painting.
Bro, come here, 1 second, because I know you agree with me. But
Clarice!
Man has disregarded the champions of Europe, by the way, like they're fucking nothing, right? And then on top of that, because Di Matteo won it, and apparently that's a negative. And also, apparently we're better than Pep's Man City.
I didn't say that.
I mean, you're saying that with chest that we can win the league, we're going to win the league.
Said Oli has slapped Pep countless times, and that's facts.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. What do you mean it doesn't matter?
Arsenal slapped us. That doesn't mean they're better than us.
They beat us once. They beat us once.
We've not beat them in 3 years.
Yeah, bro.
They beat us
Arteta's winning the league. Arteta's winning the league. Not Ali.
They beat us once. Listen, we finished above Liverpool. We finished above Chelsea.
It's an anomaly, bro.
No, I don't care. What do you mean? How?
Because look, Leicester won the league, so you're telling me they were better than everybody else.
No. Listen, that is not normal because we have third, second. It's not a coincidence, is it? Well, we're going up the league. Next check is first. People sucking off Liverpool, like.
Listen,
you are. You think a click of a finger and they're gonna come back? No, they're not.
But you think we're gonna click our fingers and automatically gonna be 15 points behind Pep? How does that make sense?
Well, like I said,
how many points were you behind Pep Guardiola? 15.
So based on what?
How are you making it up?
Yeah, exactly. Based on
can Ole be the man to make it
They
up?
said this about Liverpool last year. How are we making it up? Didn't we not make it up? Did we not make it up?
Just answer the question because
I'm asking you. Last year, people said how we going to cut the gap.
Didn't win the league.
Liverpool dropped off a fucking cliff, bro.
Like, I don't care. That doesn't affect me. I don't care about them.
Yeah, man, don't care about them.
The fact is, they fell off. What's that got to do with my team? I don't care.
What I'm saying is, you're basically in your head. You're saying we came third, second. Now we finished first.
Progress.
What's to say? We can't fall off. I mean, man says progress. There's nothing in life is guaranteed, bro, and nothing in football is
but you're guaranteeing Liverpool will be back. That's what
I'm not saying that, but you can't.
That's what you said. That's what you said.
He said you can't disregard them. Yeah.
As a challenge for us, you're basically so confident that we finish Liverpool and Chelsea.
Yeah, why shouldn't I be?
I'm asking.
No, you're very right to.
I'm asking you, why shouldn't I be?
You have every right
because Klopp is a far superior manager than what we've got at Oli. That's why. Because just like Fergie turned Anderson and fucking Gibson and Cleverley to title winners, Klopp has got ability to make average-looking players far better than they are. And Ollie, sadly, isn't that guy at the moment. Hopefully, I'm proven wrong.
So he improved Luke Shaw. You can't pick and choose. You can't pick and choose.
Yeah, okay, he improved.
Nah,
Luke
don't
Shaw,
say okay. I want the loudness. Gas it up. He gassed up Luke Shaw. First left back in the league. Roberto Carlos.
All right. Anyways,
Thank
he
you.
did lead his team to a trophy. But
To end this, Kojo, 21.
Varane.
Fair enough. That is what it is. That's how we end it. Varane is confirmed.
Just before, because obviously you're a neutral, isn't it? Let's be real.
Do I think United can win the league? I think they can challenge for it. I'm not hearing this.
What does that mean? I'm sorry, KO. When people say challenge, you might as well say win it. What is challenge? What's that?
No, that's not the same thing.
No, it's not the same thing. That's not even close to the same thing.
Conversation.
So,
you're in the conversation to win it.
So
that's what the challenge is.
So do you think Arsenal can challenge for top 4?
We're not talking about Arsenal.
No. Just quickly. Do you think Arsenal can challenge for top 4?
No, but let's.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. Really, that's what I wanted. Yeah, go ahead.
End it there. Thank you guys for joining. Like I said at the very beginning, start like and subscribe to the channel. But boys, where can they find you? Start with Jerry.
Yo, yeah. Handle on the screen. United Team Talk on YouTube. Osman, when we're not fighting, on his channel. Yeah, even 3inMidfield. I'm available whenever. Make it 4-man midfield, double pivot. You know. But yeah, man, always a pleasure to kick it with the bros, man. It was sick still.
Thank you for joining us. Usman, where can they find you?
Yeah, same as Jerry. Usman Talks United. Obviously, you know, the lads are always on the show as well, so make sure you show love to them as well, man. But yeah, thank you for having me, man. Always a pleasure. And Jerry's gonna get blocked after this. So
I've done my job.
And Coach, where can they find us?
Varane.
Cheers.
Where can they find us? Let's do it, boy.
Obviously, right here on YouTube, 3inMidfield Podcast, Twitter, Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, 3inMidfield. Yeah, and yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That is it. Thank you guys for joining us. This has been another episode of the 3inMidfield Podcast. Good night.
Varane. Varane.